Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. This morning we're going to take a peek into one of the flats. A plant came up after 24 hours. Got at least one. That was yesterday. So we'll take a look at that. But today I need to get the benches assembled. Purple milkweed. That's not the one. There it is right there. Oh, there's 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 in there. Oh, they're coming up in the next one too. I gotta take my coat off. It is, I was working outside a little bit ago, and it's like 28 degrees outside, but it's really nice in here. So let me take my coat off and we'll check these out. I just turned the heater off. Gotta remember to turn that back on before I go. Oh, this one's just full of, this is purple prairie clover. It's only been it's been 3 days. No, it's only been, okay, these were planted into the flats on the 15th. On the 16th, I put them out here, and today is the 17th. Something, I believe that's right. I know that, I believe it's this one of these two were the only one up, and that was 24 hours ago. So it's been 2 days, it's been 48 hours since they've been in here. It's been 72 hours since they were planted. They were planted and then just stacked up overnight until I could get them in here. Okay, looks like we got stuff coming up all over the place. These will have to, once you have more than 50% of the seedlings up, you need to take off the hood. Okay, so we got butterfly weed coming up. Oh, they're coming up in a whole bunch of them. I'm guessing maybe one more day on that. Purple milkweed is taking its time. This, I'm not real sure if that's an endangered plant in Wisconsin anymore. I could swear it was listed as one the first time I looked, but I went and looked the other day, and it looked like that designation has expired, so it might not be endangered anymore. But there they are, sprouting all over the place. So the sky blue aster and the pale purple coneflower, as far as I can see from here, don't have anything coming up yet, but I thought it could take, a good while. Out of all of these, I believe, no, the sky blue, oh, these like cooler weather, and I believe these do as well. So those will be coming out and going on just a heat pad, and then I'll probably cover the whole thing with some plastic or something at night, just to keep the heat in so it's not too cold. I believe we are past the days where it's freezing at night, at least in the 10-day forecast. I can shuffle stuff around and bring it in the house if needed, if it gets too damn cold, but... Okay, so I'm going to cover all of these except for the the purple prairie clover and wait until these come up with some leaves. These will probably be ready to uncover tomorrow, but not quite yet. And then these need to come off of, as soon as those come up a little more, they need to come off the heating pad as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of shuffling around in here. Alrighty then, I'm gonna get these covered back up and get these benches built. I gotta get all this lumber. I'm gonna back the gator up over here, get all this lumber onto the gator and get it across the street before it gets way too muddy. It gets breezy and very, very muddy as the day goes on. It's still fairly early and the ground is fairly stiff, but you can see there's a little bit of water already. This will just turn into a wet, soggy mess real soon. So I'll cover this back up and start it up again and get to work across the street. I'm just about set to go. Got my layout stuff, brackets. These are for attaching the top parts to the sawhorses. And these are the actual tops. They're pretty wide. They are as wide as two of these. Good sized benches. And there will be three of them. These will be held on with poultry staples, and I'm missing those. And I'm missing the assembly screws. For assembling the top, the rule of thumb when you're connecting two pieces of wood is to go a minimum of 1.5 times the thickness of the piece that you're screwing to the other piece, 1.5 times the thickness of this into this. So if you have 1.5, 1.5 times 1.5 is 2.25. So you need 2.25 plus the 1.5, which gives you 3 3/4. So really you need a 4-inch screw for this, for a good strong joint. I have 3-inch screws, which is just twice the thickness of this outer member, and that's just not enough. They'll pull right out. The torque, when this thing is rocked or anything, it'll just work itself loose. So I'm pretty sure that I got 4-inch treated wood screws, but I'll have to find them. Okay, I got the screws, and these are 1/4 by 4-inch triple coated construction leg screws, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but they got a washer head on them, which is what I want. When you're coming that close to end grain, well, actually they'll be on these longer ones. When you're coming that close to end grain, if you use a bugle head screw, it is going to split. If not right away, it'll split eventually. The flat-headed, washer-headed screws like that will yank this tight as hell, and this will stay strong for a long time. I think we have the road grader coming or something. Yeah, they're dragging the road. Might as well let you see them dragging the road. That's one nice thing about living out in the country on a gravel road. The roads are all rutted up, or they were yesterday. All they got to do is do a pass or two on it, and all the potholes and stuff are gone. Unlike the city, where you got to wait for them to get to it whenever they do, if they do. At least in the north here. I don't think you got as many potholes down in the south. Okay. So I got to pre-drill my holes and just screw these together. And I have a real high-end construction adhesive, Gorilla. I'm going to use that, a little squirt of that on it as well. And then the sawhorses themselves, that's just going to be screwed together. No big deal on that. But these top parts I want to last for as long as possible, so got to do a real good job on them. So I'm going to lay out where my holes are and get all the holes pre-drilled with a hole that is roughly the size of the shank up towards the head, or it should be just a hair under that, but close will work. And then I'll put these things together. Okay, ready to assemble. I just gotta cut my tip on my glue. Hopefully my glue gun, wherever I put that, right there, hopefully that is working. So I got to get a little squiggle of glue on here. Then I just have the one line on here. I got to figure out which is my top. On this, the one with the two lines is the top, so I match the top of this with the top of this, and then my single line will keep me square. So if I put this right on the line, this should be square to that. So then I gotta pop a screw through there and hope everything doesn't misalign as I'm doing it, but it should come out pretty good. If it gets misaligned a little bit, like if I hit a hard spot in the wood or a knot or something, I can pull that first screw out, realign everything, and then try to get the second screw in. And if I can get that one in with everything aligned, then this one will go in, or the other one will go in a lot easier. I definitely don't want this thing all over the place. So what I'm going to do is this is the center bar. The centers of these screens land on that center bar. These edges overhang the ends. Hopefully I measured everything up correctly. So the plan is to get 2 screws on this side, then I can push that out of the way, tip this over, and it'll stand on that. It'll rock a little bit, but then get the other side on, and then do all 3 like that, I shape. Then these longer ones which are the sides, I'll just stand it up like a H and put the sides on. Then these get put on with poultry staples, and hopefully that goes well. Not a whole lot of experience with this. I put those stock fence up there, the railing up there is a stock fence. I put that on with these. They're not super accurate, and I want this to go on pretty damn accurate, so hopefully I don't have any problems with that. Okay, let's start putting this thing together. Okay. I think I made a small oopsie here. When I designed this, I wanted a gap here, but not much of a gap, so that I could get the staples in. But I did not allow for this overhang, this thing being so fat, this bar right here. I needed to use the inside dimension, not the outside is exactly 16, but in the end it's not going to really matter. But I do have a little bit of curve on this center one, so I'm going to have to pop something in there or pull it by hand, and well, I'll probably just throw it up on the horses and make sure that it's stapled straight. The staple should straighten it out. Yeah, this will work fine. I get the staples in there, and then I still have to assemble the sawhorses. And I think I'll put the two together over in the greenhouse, assemble the sawhorses, assemble this completely, run everything over to the greenhouse, and put it together there. Okay, had a little bit of a tragedy here. I knocked over my coffee, but also I cut this one 1 inch too short, so I had to move it down and double screw it. But that is going to about wrap it up for today. It's nice and warm outside if you're in the sun. But in here, it's colder to start with because of the concrete. You know, the concrete's pretty damn cold from the overnight temperatures. And then you get that breeze coming through the door. It's just freezing. My hands are kind of numb. But anyways, it's this time of day it gets really soupy on the floor in the greenhouse. So I'm going to bring this over and assemble it tomorrow and get on with some other work. I got to go get my lawnmower started. Ran the battery dead trying last time. The thing might be out of gas. I don't know. But I got a bunch of other stuff I got to get done. So I'll get back to this tomorrow. I got to get the greenhouse cleaned and organized tomorrow. Then I'll bring this stuff over and assemble them. And that should be it. Some of the plants are going to be coming out of the starter chamber during the day and be under a fan. It's really nice and warm in there. Yeah, I got to get over there and check the temperature too. At some point soon, it's going to be getting too warm in there. And I'll have to have the exhaust fans on. And I'll have to get that bracket welded up for the big Schaefer fan so I can exhaust some of the heat out of there. Coming soon. Okay, so if you want to see that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon, and a thumbs up wouldn't hurt either. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.